Alright, so I came back from the crazy ass place that I went to, and I found a real vet that knows what I'm going through with these fucking crooks. And I've been there, and you know the funny part is half of those crooks in there aren't even fucking military vets. They're fucking military that have never had combat, so they're fucking just looking for money because they can't get disability. That's pretty much what it is. I've learned. Oh, sadly. Okay, so just tell me, how long have you been homeless for?
5 years.
5 years, okay. And when did you get out of the military?
85.
85. How long
May.
were you in?
3 years.
3 years. Did you do any combat? Or?
I did an air alert in Okinawa, and I got shipped out to Beirut. But the scuttlebutt story was someone threw a monkey wrench in the boiler, and we had to limp it out to the Philippines training.
Okay.
And then I was in Hong Kong for 6 days. Went back.
Okay.
We had a typhoon.
Oh, you had a typhoon down there. Oh, okay. And then you got out, and then
I went to North Carolina, and I was in tracks in artillery. I was a mechanic.
Mhm.
And I kept pretty busy there. And then I was gonna stay in, but all my friends were 44s, and they went to lab. So I would have lost all my buddies, so I got out to be a bricklayer.
Okay. And do you have family out here?
No.
No family. What brings you out in Bakersfield? What brought you here?
Warm weather, because I had arthritis so bad.
Oh, you had arthritis and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I feel better now.
Oh, okay.
But I just had a major aneurysm in my stomach fixed last week.
And when you got out of the military, what was your job occupation like?
I ended up. Well, what happened was I had some money saved up to take an apprenticeship, and my sister drew it out of the bank,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I almost got fracked in Marine Corps, and back in the day like that, you don't tell them kind of stories. So I just didn't say nothing to anybody. So when they ripped off my money, I didn't say nothing either.
Yeah, to kind of keep quiet in the Marine Corps kind of thing.
That way I could get through it. Yeah, because you don't have a career if you get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's another big thing. And
I just laughed at the guy and said I should blind butt stroke you, because I was timing a breech on an 09 that's got 650 foot-pounds per square inch, and it's like this big, and I had my arm in there. I had to flip a lever, and the crew chief comes walking up and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm timing the breech." I said, "Stay away from that pin." And he went like this. As soon as I seen his arm go up, I pulled mine out, and it got me right on the end of the thumb.
Oof.
And I put my arm like this. I said, "Man, I should butt stroke your ass for that stupid thing." You know, and then we never got along after that. But I didn't say anything because I wanted a career at the time. You know,
and what you said 5 years ago you became homeless, right?
Yeah.
What caused the homelessness?
Oh, actually, I hit towards the end of the rope of working and popping the VA medicine and everything. I was a 30-year outpatient, so I went and got some knowledge.
That's how I was.
And I went and got some schooling, a year, in a Veterans Foundation program, and I took some. They wouldn't let me in PTSD because I didn't go to combat.
Okay.
But
you know, it's funny that.
But I was in the PE program.
You know, I can help you change that. You know, I can help you change that PTSD turnaround, because now they found out that you don't have to go to war to get PTSD. So if that's something, you know, eventually
yeah, I just went through a 5-year battle.
They just changed it last year.
Did they?
Mm-hmm. They just.
I went up to the thing, to the service office on Grand or Union, Union State or Golden State, and I said, you know, I don't want to cause no waves. I said, maybe I just lost my account. I'd see if I could maybe round something off because it's pretty extensive. Mm-hmm. And they said they turned me all down, but they wouldn't do nothing.
They wouldn't do anything for you.
But I let them
How about
keep
housing?
their honor.
Have you tried housing for military?
Yeah, I had a HUD bash apartment in Toma, Wisconsin, and there's all the soccer mom and dads back there, and they kept putting like wool in my lawn, like Wilson sheep clothing. And then that one day, Mike Reeder, my neighbor, one of his people, is like Satan himself, yelled, "I'm gonna destroy the world." And then I felt something in my heart say, "Rick, go to Middletown, Rhode Island. You might have a chance to get by." So I took all my garbage, all the food out of the thing, nothing would spoil, cleaned it up real good, and left. And then 2 weeks later, or 2 states later, I called them and I told them they could just keep the stuff, and the security deposit, because I'm out of here. Boy, that was a chase. They were chasing me. I found out that I more than what I thought I was. I've been having a history of going out there. It's pretty. It's too much to get into right at this point.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
And do you have any plans to get out of like, getting out? Like, are you making plans? Like, because I saw you here.
I'm not really making any plans here. I'm trying to save some money. I want to get a job because I'm on Social Security because I wound up with skin cancer. I'm a 20-year survivor.
Oh, wow, sorry.
And so I'm trying to save some money and get like a efficiency apartment, so at least I got a roof over my head. I was thinking about farming.
Farming?
Yeah, for 2-3 years.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Like, if anybody deserves it, man, like, I hopefully if we could get some good views. If I get good views, because I have a lot of people I interviewed, if I can get all their good views together and then help you out, maybe we can make your dream come true. Maybe like something like a farm, and then you can have like a farmland, and maybe make your own brand.
20 beef cows was always,
or or whatever you want. The dreams never die. You never know. Like shit like this happens all the time.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
One, I wish I would have got along with my childhood neighbor girls, because they turned out to be some kind of special thing biblically to me.
Okay.
And when I was a kid, I went and baled hay, and I didn't know, that the girl that I should be with got mad at me because I didn't come over.
Oh, she didn't.
And then innocent little lie got turned around because through 2 days after I got in the Marine Corps, I volunteered for a mission to bring the news that the war is not really going to be that bad.
Okay.
And I got spotted bringing some sea turtles over to this old hillbilly to tan. And they took that lie, and they used the book of Job, and they turned it all, and it got me hated all over the world. So I've been cursed at for 30 years. And you know how I handled it? I took a bricklayer's job, and I stayed an outpatient, and I just pretty much kept work as my life. And because in there you can walk up with your tool and your level in your toolbox and say like, well, what's the width today, or what's how far in the window, and then you don't have to talk, because that stuff was really bothering me, because I could feel the hate everywhere I went.
Yeah, the hate.
And
I feel you.
and it was so much easier doing that. And then when I got sick, I took like lesser jobs, same stuff. But
And what stops you from working right now?
usually I don't get along. I walk out or I leave because they get jealous and they think I'm going to take over their job. And I'm not, Like the last time I had a job was a Shawano. That happened there at Wendy's. I was a maintenance man. It lasted a week because they got real snappy. And then I had I went to
Well, what lost you your job? What when you became homeless? Was it you
Oh,
losing your
because
job?
no, it was to go see who I was, because some people came up to the top of the hill down by the trailer where I lived
Mm-hmm.
and yelled because I was laying there in pure misery, getting screamed and hollered at in
Mm-hmm.
bed, haven't slept for a month, and they said, "Rick, if you don't do something, we're gonna kill you." So I said, "Well, that's it." I told, and then the drug dealer says, "Rick, this is a young man's game anyway." He
Mm-hmm.
says, "You're not getting any younger." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Right, I'm gonna go get some help." So then it took another 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know what to do at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I got it. I went back to my old boss, and he gave me a job. He let me live in the house, pay rent, and I cleaned the deer. I mowed the lawn, did the dishes, because they have tons of kids and they're busy as heck, working every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I had to do, and free eats. I could go over there for supper, just pay the rent. But then that didn't work out. I was helping a Marine buddy,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't clean the wood stove because he was sick. He's just shitting all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to clean nothing up, but I just had to, rust him out of there. And so he kicked me out. So then I went down the road to one of my old other friends, and I said, "Man, I don't know what to do." And he says, "Well, you can rent the basement." So then I got a job doing carpeting preparation, and his brother had a landscaping business. I did that for 3 years, and then that hit the skids because the guy had a cook at it, and
Mm-hmm.
well, that don't really mean nothing, but I mean it just kind
Well,
of
what's
went
what's your
sour.
what's your drug of choice? Because
Well, it's
I always
always
ask
be coke.
everybody what
It would always be coke.
coke. Okay.
80s.
Yeah. And how long has the last time you used drugs?
Like a month and a half ago.
A month and a half ago. Okay.
I don't use it too often.
Oh, okay. Is it because of just the cost, or is it just?
It's a cost, and it's hard on your body.
It is hard. Yeah, it is hard on your body.
That's the biggest reason.
All right. We'll close. I always close it off with this one question. If you could tell your younger self, some people know when they steer the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell yourself before they steered that one wrong direction, what would you tell them?
Think twice, and don't make any decisions. Keep your mind blank, and a better answer will come. Like, don't decide it right away. Stay back. Let
That's a
all
good
that
one.
stuff come around.
I like that. Don't just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Mm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Okay, cool.
So that's what I do, and I make better decisions since then. So I
That's
made
good.
it all this way.
No, that's good.
All the
No,
way from
it
the-
looks like you're in a with other homeless people
Mm.
I've seen. It looks like you're. It's hard to get out of homelessness, but it's even harder if you don't try.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't try, then it's like it just doesn't come.
I know.
and fall
I
in your
tried
lap.
every town I went, and I got kicked out of 5 of these already.
Yeah, and
That one preacher.
it's a crook.
Yeah, he's saying Jesus is the Father too, and I walked up to him,
No,
punched him in the arm, and I said,
There's a big investigation on a lot of these places. I'm trying to crack it down, and that's why here I'll pause it here and we'll. All right, so guys, I just got a call from I think it's Pete. His name is Pete, and this is gonna be pretty sad. So, obviously you saw what happened in this video. Just because this is gonna be the end of the video here, and maybe I'm going tomorrow to fight for him. But this is the story. So, when all that happened, I tried to finish the rest of my documentary. Trying to find vets, and that guy that I interviewed is a vet. He was across the street from that place. That's where he stays sometimes. I guess when I picked him up, and I drove him around a block, and I didn't really notice, but it was facing the same hospital. So they knew he was in there talking to me, doing YouTube. I just got a call saying that he was kicked out of the place for no reason at all. And we all know what the reason is. And you saw in the video there, it was pretty much all the staff out there, like pretty much like a gang mob. I think that place runs like a gang. You know, I think it's there's something going on in there that shouldn't be going on. Maybe they're making money. I give you that atmosphere vibe. They are all Iranian owners, and nothing against Iranian because I'm Middle Eastern myself, but with gold chains and no suits on that indicate they're nurses or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like it was just very sketchy, and they all had tattoos, and the enforcers were these 22-year-old kids that had red bandanas on their back of their pants like they're crips, and they're on their bicycles with knives coming to threaten me to pretty much to not videotape, which is in my every right. But they didn't know I was a fucking, in the shadow of the valley of death. I fear no evil because I'm the baddest motherfucker in the fucking room. You know, they didn't know that. They didn't know those mottos. They didn't know anything like that. When I told them I was a Marine, they were like, "Oh, my brother's a Marine." Well, look at you. Look how you are right now. What would your brother think? Honestly, treating Marines that way. So it seemed like all the military were on the side of the street, sleeping on the side of the street where they're allowed to, but it's still cold. And then inside, it seems like it's just like a family thing. Like I don't know. It seems like almost, like when I grew up on the streets. I'm gonna tell you right now. And you know what the funny part in the video? I didn't say. I just started noticing things that were corrupt, and 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 out of nowhere, like this guy didn't even hear me say it, but out of nowhere, this truck with a nice truck came, and he said, "These guys are motherfucking corrupt. These guys are corrupt. Take them down." And I'm like, I didn't even know. I was like, oh my god, like, oh geez, these guys are corrupt. Like what's going on? Like I thought they're corrupt too. Like like just the little things they do. It's like why you sketched out that I'm videotaping a government facility. It's because they get government subsidies. So what they're doing is they're kicking in and out veterans and not offering actual help for them to get off the street. And what I was trying to do is actually trying to get them off the street, trying to give them money, or tell their story, and maybe if the YouTube gets good, so I can maybe get them out of poverty, get them a job, 6 month job with 4 month maybe like a class like a specialty class, maybe like welding or something, and then once they're done with that 4 months, they still have 2 months to find a job, and once they get a job, if things happen, maybe we can extend their stay in their apartment, but once they get the job, they get on their feet, you know what I mean, because this veteran was not um uh, he was not he he was not on anything. I can tell he was a veteran. Um, when I was arguing with these other guys, freaking that ran the place, acted like they're all veterans, dude. I don't think any one of them was a veteran. Because when I asked them what unit they were, they would randomly say some random unit. Like, oh, th- three, th- third division, fourth. There's what third division, fourth what? It's a Marines. There's 3-4. There's 2-7. You know, and then there's companies, Kilo Company. You know what I mean. Like you know what I mean. You know when someone's fucking. You know when someone's lying, man. You know when someone's lying about their military background, especially when they're fat and they have the attitude they have towards military. Because I told them I was a military, and I was very polite, very polite to them, like super polite to them, like to the point where I was just like, oh, okay, well, if I can't film, that's fine. But is it okay if I ask anybody if they would like to be filmed? That's their right. If I asked them, that's their right. And they said no. Okay, well, if I can't ask them inside the facility, I'll just wait outside in public, wait till they come out, and just ask them, oh, excuse me, are you a military vet? I'm not gonna ask you, are you homeless? I'm just gonna say, are you a military vet? Because I am a military vet. How's that offensive? Are you a military vet? I won't film it or anything. I'll first ask them, are you a military vet? Yes. Are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you homeless? You know, and I'll tell them my story. Oh, I used to be homeless, yada yada. So I can make them feel comfortable, you know? And if they don't want to film or anything, that's it. I'll say goodbye. Thank you for your time. And I'll try to help the next veteran. You know, because there are some vets that when I stop them and I help them, it's almost as if they've never talked to anybody before. Like, oh my god, someone cares. You know, because these guys didn't fucking care. And every one of them I talk to. I wish I had enough interview to talk to all of them. I'm gonna go back and try to talk to more. But they those guys don't care. You know what I mean? So you know, it's like these guys are more of like, you know, with those guys with the sign saying, "Oh, I don't want money. I don't want food. I just want someone to talk to." And I think these guys that run the place are scared to because they don't know what I'm gonna ask them. They don't know if I'm undercover. They think I look like a cop sometimes. They don't know if I'm like an undercover like FBI agent trying to figure out like, you know, like if they're smuggling things in here and stuff like that. Which I bet you they are, because it's like those two guys obviously are Crips. They're white, all tattooed faced, everything. Had a knife ready to fucking literally try to steal my camera and stab me. Like no shit. Even all the rest of them were. They knew them and they knew they were bad, and they said watch out for them, and they're ready to stab me. But pff, you know what they say. Sometimes you mess with the wrong motherfucker. That's just how it is. Sometimes you mess with the wrong person, and that's the situation. And it was funny because the rest of the homeless people were laughing when they backed off. I was like, "Come on, you want to go? You brought the wrong weapon to this fight. The wrong, wrong weapon. Like, you know, I'm a Marine. I'm not dumb. I'm not on this. You know, I've been on the streets. I know how to survive on the streets, but I also know how to survive as a Marine. So I'm gonna use every tool in my arsenal. You know, a lot of people always see sometimes Marines when they get cold and they put on all their cold stuff, you know, and everything. And people are like, "You're a Marine. You shouldn't be cold." And I always tell people every time, you know, they see Marines like that. I'm like, I always tell people it's not because of that. It's because we use everything we can around us. If we can get warm enough to get warm, we'll get warm. Why not? You know, that's just that's our nature. Because if you don't have that attitude, when you can't get warm, you won't have the idea to look around and be like, whoa, oh, what will make me warm? What will make me warm? Oh, that will make me warm. Oh, that will make me warm. You know what I mean? It's it's ingrained. It's ingrained in us. But I'm off topic. But this guy was kicked out because of me trying to videotape, and you'll see it, but trying to videotape legally. Just not even, and when they're like, "Oh, you're filming all of us," it's like, you'll see the video. I didn't film anybody. I was filming this facility, and then what I was gonna do is shut off the camera and wait for people to come out and ask permission if I could film them. That's their right. It's not their. That's they're saying, "Oh, that's their. You can't invade their privacy." I said that's fine, but they have every right to say yes or no if they want to be on camera. You can't control them. You know, and he just didn't like that. He didn't like that I knew the law and all this stuff. So he called the cops and they shut him down. And they even got worse mad, and you'll see they tried to circle around. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I just told them I'm not scared. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can try whatever you want. I ain't scared. I've been circling around people with AK-47s and grenades. You think you guys circling me around with nothing is gonna scare me? Like, oh, boo, shit. I think I got 6 for every one of you guys. So I'm a good shot. So I got enough. You know, like it's just it's irritating. And you know, the cops gave me every right to put them down if they did it again, because you know he threatened me with a knife. Those witnesses. Luckily, you know, some of the homeless people were bitches and didn't were like, oh, I didn't see anything. But you know, some of them that respected me because they knew I was trying to help them out. Even the ones that were like OGs, they were like, yeah, I saw it, I saw it. I was like, thanks, man. I'm just trying to help you guys out, man. That's all. And they knew that because they're on the other side of the street, not in beds, because those 3 thugs that probably run that place, because their uncle runs that place, they probably run it, and they probably run it with money. They probably make money off of it. They don't work. They have new bikes and all this stuff. It's like, and I know when someone does drugs, you know what I mean? Like they were on some shit, you know, like, and you know, and I was warned by the rest of the other homeless people about them being really bad. But you know, like I said, I was homeless myself, and I was bad. I was in a worse area. I was close in Compton areas. I was like considered one of the only white boys. It was very hard for me to um, travel around. I just had to be really humble and kind of stay out of people's way, or stay with people that I knew that uh, would were cool and be able to help me out. But anyways, stay humble. Don't don't let anyone push you around like that if you think something's going wrong. Um, those are just hooligans, and you could tell they're you know P blank SSY. You could tell because I told him straight up in the video. You'll see it. Like, what's up? Like, do something, dude. I'll put you down. You know, and they just walk away. They act hard and stuff, and it's like, why? I'm just videotaping this facility to show how it is for my documentary, and then it turned into something else. It literally was supposed to be a 2-minute clip and then interviews. But now this is going to be a totally different YouTube clip on its own. And I'm going to go back there and we will see what happens. Maybe I taser someone. Who knows? But we'll see.